Video 101, Planet X Updates and Other, explained by the ancient spirit Tralaka here, flowing in spirit as I'm behind the mic. The Red Dead Star and Tralaka systems of planets. The ancient spirit Tralaka has explained in numerous exclusive videos laying out on the hows and whys of the Red Dead Star that many insist on calling Planet X, which it is not, and the Niburu systems of planets, moons, and that very long and aggravating, damaging long tail, and how the living universe figuring together in our Earth version of reality. Yet people over and over keep on trying to put a final time and date over and over, and yet they fail over and over equally. Time is a predator. Understand this. It is a predator. It is an elusive trickster. Yet it can also be a very useful tool that other masters from different times have come to understand its functions and means and other understandings. Now, from the very first video of the ancient spirits Tralaka information he has been giving me for years by our exclusive contract has shown over and over correct understanding and how the role of the earthlings on this planet and their inner spirit and how this works with the living multidimensional universe. The living universe, as I more commonly say, and the aspects of time as observed by higher dimensional variables of species. Well, that is the ones who actually get it figured out. There's quite a sharp learning curve there for many civilizations of different variables of species. In a greater understanding, it is the understanding how the different variables which have or not have occurred, what order they had or had not happened, and the different variables which get inserted into the time frame from beings who made a collective different choice, directly really steering that curve of your futures, of this planet, of its reality. This is not yet taken into consideration on the upsets the planet Earth has been going through while she has been compressing yet. She is still compressing from the still coming Red Dead Star, the Niburu system of planets, and that irritating long tail of destruction. Now, Tralaka mentions again here to watch the symptoms, the clues, what is happening to our moon above the Earth. Why? Understand why more and more it is not tracking right, and how this is also affecting other moons in the Earth systems of planets and moons. Now, weigh them against what was happening in years before. This will aid you in understanding on the timing of the coming of the Red Dead Star. Though here, Tralaka says to understand your power, the people and their inner spirit power to change the directions the corrupt leaders are still trying to get away with. Notice how much harder it has been in the last year plus that has been getting harder for those of the corruption and the New World Order and their lap dancing cults and wannabes to try to get away with things. Notice the higher than last year percentage of people getting wiser to what the corruption has been trying to do to them for generations. Notice the rising levels of people who have worked a career in the New World Order plans and agendas and cults and so forth, coming forward and explaining to the people of the world, your brothers and sisters, even for at the cost of their very life at times, that they came to tell the truth so they can die in peace, as some do say. Now see the frustrations on the world leaders' faces as their plans keep falling apart at higher marks of percentages than they had figured. Up to a few years ago, the leaders of the New World Order still fought, and this is true, they still thought that humanity, that is all humans on the planet's surface, still had the mindset of the people of the medieval ages. This is horrible. This is an insult. However, this is so true because of the record book, the plan book, the game plan book that they've had for so many thousands, even some tens of thousands of years on this planet, that has been used on other planets, that does not take into consideration what we've been able to do on this planet. We are making changes. The mass consciousness around this planet, it belongs to the people who are waking up, the people who are putting up different ideas on how a more positive future for this planet should unroll. Now, as Tralaka has said in the mid-2012, the mass consciousness of the planet Earth now took back the steering wheel of the ship of Earth, and this was by the growing numbers of inner spirits of the people, that they steered the Earth to another road, not the main one that the New World Order and its masters has had programmed for the continuing future of this Earth's reality. This has put them, the New World Order, and their lap dancing little cults, and beliefs and religions, into going frantic, trying to figure out from their ancient agenda plans, which did not figure in, as I've said before, the equation of what if the mass consciousness awakened and got strong and steered the ship of Earth to another reality on a different road, a different path. Will we still have to deal with Planet X, the Red Dead Star, the Niburu systems of planets moved in an aggravating, long, destructive tail? The answer is yes. We are not going to get away from this. It is not going to be as bad. Now, Tralaka is very firm on this. It will not be nearly as bad as it was after the final era of Atlantis. It will not be as bad as what the well-known Edgar Cayce and Nostradamus had recorded. This is because of changes which have occurred that has steered from some of the worst variables from this Earth's reality. But do not stand up. Don't stand up and take a bow just yet, for there is much to do yet before the president and vice president positions and the people in those positions of the United States need to get impeached in a very short order. This will put off the old world masters who have been reigning for tens of thousands of years. This will throw them a hardball curve so fast they'll never see it coming. The long years of reign of a queen, over England. What a joke. And its many influenced countries in such trickery and false fronts must be voted out of any type of future ruling. The ever-growing numbers of hard-working earthlings that are waking up need to understand this is different options than the corrupt England reign of government and the deceitful hidden layers of the United States government. So the dictators also, anywhere on the planet Earth, they also must be made to be illegal. And they also, just like when the president and vice president get impeached, they should get put in jail for life, as well as the last president and his other family member. For life. Without exception, this will set a new tone for people going into leadership, understanding that they're not going to get away with this crap anymore. So the dictators, any place around on the planet Earth, and the other false leaders must be made to do those lifetime jail terms without any visitors. For those who think they can still get away with it, no excuses. This is important to understand. The rules for leadership must be tougher than that of a normal citizen. In order for the planet to survive, in order for the planet Earth and its citizens that she tries her hardest to take care of to survive during all these changes. Now this has to be for religions also, no exceptions. No human, regardless to the chair they sit on, in, over, under, in between, leadership, whether it be government, church, or cult, for all breathe the same air that the Gaia of this earth provides. This makes them all, under this understanding, subject to the very, very stiff new rules needed to be put into leadership, so they understand that it is a responsibility, or else there's jail term. And this has to apply exceptions. Now, there is video 84 where Tralaka spoke about how to build a version of what is used on some other worlds very successfully for many tens of thousands of years, of a multi-counseling system that it will take care of all the different countries and the over council and the supreme councils and so forth. It is still a very good idea also to save up what money you can and buy sustainable foods and supplies. Absolutely. Yes, 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 without a fraction of a doubt. Because of all these variables that can or cannot, that are matching and not matching up, and not aligning and lining up, that you need to be able to be prepared, because we got a bit of a roller coaster to go through yet. Actually, quite a bit of a roller coaster. So understand, absolutely, for you to work on this. Your achievements, understand, on easy street of whatever, is not what teaches new experiences to take into the next life or later. It is what you learn in the dire situations where having an extra food and or supplies and so forth may not only save your life and or save the very life of numerous people around you who didn't have a spare penny to be able to protect themselves or to feed themselves, but because they're your own brothers and sisters, because we all breathe the oxygen on this planet. Everybody, it involves everybody. Your ability to have sane leadership in those situations will very likely set that higher stage for the last era of your life. And the people that live in the tornado plains of the United States and the hurricane plain, for them it's almost a yearly thing. They're used to it. There's something to be taken notes about for some of those people down south who are always prepared, no matter what dice gets rolled on them for weather. That you will be remembered for the things you aided, for the things you helped overcome and helped other people overcome within these hardships. Remember, as long as Earth keeps compressing, and which it is yet, Planet X is not here. Though understand that during those magnetic few days of war between the Earth and that red star Tralaka has spoken about, there is still compressing of the planet Earth happening. So nearly a month after the passing of the red dead star past Earth will the decompressing of Earth begin. Because it is important to understand, because the planet Earth has so many different plates and levels of plates, that nearly a month will seem like Earth is being quiet, like nothing's happening. This is this little lull time between the extreme compression versus the decompressing happening. This happens also on other worlds, although please understand that some worlds, almost 40% of the worlds that Tralaka remembers from ancient lives of his own, did not have those tectonic plates, did not have those earthquake plates. Now, it's not that common. So as long as the earth is still compressing, they'll keep trying to save up for extra food, for extra supplies. Now, the decompressing is not going to be as severe for the following years after, because decompressing versus compressing. Compressing is much harder on the earth than the decompressing. This time is seen, and there'll be a releasing of mega built-up energies within the earthquake plates. And there'll be a whole new sets of volcanoes in different areas that had them not before, because of the shifting of decompressing. They're not going to be excessively violent to sink a landmass, but you'll know they're there. And there's also going to be deeper and much deeper sinkholes of land, because the releasing of the pressures of Earth will be a problem for the builders, for the big builders, for the big projects for the next nearly 10 years. Now, remember, please watch for the clues. See what they are not working for, the corrupt levels of the government. In other words, see what is not working for the New World Order. See what is not working for the dictators and the country and state leaderships where that applies. Pay attention to the actual percentages of beliefs and cults claiming over and over again of a certain upper date is the end. You must pay your 10% or whichever before that in order to be saved, in order to fill the coffers. Now, this is all trickery. Pay attention to the clues also in your dreams and write them down. Keep them in order. Write them down as long as understand some of the clues coming through in your dreams, from your journeys, from your out-of-body experiences. So, this here is the ancient spirit Tralaka. Always, my friends, expand your mind to understand the greater expanses of the living universe. This will aid you in your three-dimensional variable life here on Earth in many different ways. Good night.